Morning, everybody, and welcome to ESO Daily. I am your host, Mr. Craven. All right, so I do apologize. I'm off to a late start. Things have been kind of a little crazy. My daughter still hasn't had her baby yet, so I could be literally called in the middle of this stream. So it's been a little crazy. She's ready to pop anytime. She's just not dilated far enough yet. So just crazy. Just been nuts. But I'm on PC today. I was planning on getting back on the PTS, but PTS is down for maintenance currently. So I've been, trying to, divide my time as much as possible. The event ended today. So no more double XP, no more anniversary boxes, none of it. It's all gone. Ended at 10 o'clock, I believe. So we're back to the same old today. And so I'm going to be on the Nightblade Healer. I'm getting close to getting closer to the CP cap on PC. PS4 is my main platform. I am finally over 300. I'm at 307 on Xbox. So I'm really enjoying that. I will be working more on Xbox on the next few weeks as well. Trying to at least get around 450. My goal is to get around 450 when Somerset launches for Xbox platform. And I want to try to get at least 720 on this, even though the cap's going to be raised to 750. So at least it'll leave me, where I have to work towards. So it's a process. Everything's a process, especially when you're playing 3 platforms. But once again, I do appreciate all the support I get from players. Robert, what's up, my brother? Hope you're having a good day at work. Sorry about the late stream. So we got Bloodforge. And today I'm just going to kind of for new players. So we got Fungal Grotto 1. That's pretty cake. And then Selene's. Okay, so, when we're taking a look for newer players or players who haven't reached cap yet, it's kind of very, very important how we utilize XP gain, especially when we don't have, experience scrolls, when we don't have double XP. And a lot of times you got players coming in, and they don't really, capitalize on some of the things to gain XP at a faster rate. David, what's up, brother? Hope you're having a good day. And I always tell players the best way to gain XP is just do random normal or random vet. Now, random vet, it has the same amount as the random normal. So I always tell people, if you're looking to get in and get out really quick, just do normal because it's really fast. You get the reward and you're getting that XP gain. And to me, this just comes in handy, especially when you're still trying to get CP. So if you're not needing keys or you're not needing said pieces, you don't need purples, you can go ahead and do normal, and all of a sudden you're gaining a bunch of XP at a very, very fast rate. So I always tell people, don't be afraid to do a normal. Sure, you can do vets, and that's great. But if you don't need the gear and you just want to capitalize on fast XP, grab the daily normal. Then you can also do that on multiple tunes. So the nice thing about it is I can do the normal on this tune, switch over to another one, do the normal, and then all of a sudden, if I get the daily, I'm getting a 2-for-1. Not always going to be the case, but it does come in handy. Another thing that also keep in mind is the role you play is for your Q timer. So DPS kind of struggles, but if you have a tank, hey, yo, Mustang, what's up? Hope you're doing well, brother. If you have a tank or you have a healer, you're going to get faster Q times. So I always tell people it's nice to have that tank. It's nice to have that healer. Why? Because you're going to shorten your Q timer. So I know everybody likes to play DPS, me included, but if I'm trying to gain fast amounts of XP, I really want to use healer or tanks, or if I'm going to do normal, I'll have a tank build that's not necessarily required for CP. So I might have a tank set or a healing set with those skills unlocked. So long as I'm able to function in normal in that role, because I don't queue for a role I can't play. But if I can taunt, I can hold block, I can taunt, hold aggro, and function as a tank, a sufficient tank, then I'm going to do that at normal, get that kill. Same thing with healing roll. If I have a magic attune, I can grab a resto staff, I can grab, a healing set, put on resto abilities, put on class-based abilities that are going to heal. Now I can go ahead, queue normal as a healer. So just comes in handy. Really, really does. Now, I'm hoping in the future sometime that ZOS will implement a saved switch out for CP. If they can do that, especially with as many champion points as you can acquire, that would allow multiple switch outs for role application. Not to say they will, but it would be a great boon in the future for this game. Just to be able to go ahead and then switch your gear, and then all of a sudden you hit a button, go into champion points, and there would be like a switch system. Like, so instead of Y, I could hit like a B and switch my allocation over to heal roll or tank roll or PvP. So ideally, I'd like to see 3, like primary, secondary, PvP, because it gets costly to keep reallocating to the scenario. That's one bad thing I don't like about the CP system, is the simple fact that I have to keep reconfiguring CP based on what I'm doing. So that's the only thing I really hope in the future that ZeniMax takes a look at. It would be great. So we have a white gold normal, pretty whatever. It's not the daily, but whatever. So I am on the Nightblade healer. So I'm just going to try to go through this as fast as possible. Hopefully we got some pretty good DPS and a tank that knows what he's doing, and we'll be good to go. Okay, I want to make sure my food buff's up. I got 33 minutes. Should be good to go.
We've had our differences, but when have you ever known me to be wrong?
It's been a minute. It's been probably
Yes.
minutes since I've been on live. Like I said, I've been going on PTS. I've been checking out a few things. A couple minor bugs, you know, that people have been noticing. Nothing major. But, you know, it's going to be interesting to see if traits get readjusted based on what a lot of people are seeing. Because a lot of people would like to talk on PTS, which is really resourceful. I haven't been in the trial yet, the mini trial. So I want to try to get that in this week as well. Why are they trying to skip? You don't need to skip. Skipping's for whatever. This is old. I hate trying to jump this. Usually can get it over here. DPS look good. The accessible map seems so small for Somerset. Yeah, I don't know if they'll readjust it. Could be a number of reasons. There are a lot of things to do in Somerset. Oh my gosh, there's a lot. Hey Mystic, love the vid you did on the do's and don'ts. Keep up the great work. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and use the barrier. We are on normal. Hands will be coming out, so I don't want anybody to die on hands. That sometimes can, you know, mess a lot of people up. Ads are out. I'm going to lay down these AoEs. Should have another set of hands coming. I want to get to the back. Got somebody caged. There's the hands. Come to the back. When the tank, and when you see, you want to get to the back, even on vet. It's kind of important. The first time the hands come out, nothing you can do about it. On the second time, you really kind of want to get to that backside. That would be cool, just like Neverwinter allowing multiple builds. Right, right. I think, like in the future, if they were to implement that, like, you know, a switch out for the CP system, it would be great. You know, because then I could have my PvP build, I could have a DPS build, I could have a tank and my healer build, and I could just switch out the gear based on what I'm seeing.
My spell has revealed the rifts. Destroy them!
Doesn't look like we have a tank, unfortunately. No, we don't. We have a double cure. Normally, I'd be pissed. Really pissed. I don't like that. That's another reason I feel like we need the CP. This is a prime example of some stupid shit, honestly. Because people do this shit in Vet. And literally this weekend, we were grinding Maz, right? And literally, we was on normal because we just needed some weapons and some shit. And then all of a sudden, somebody queued as a tank, and it was all controlled by us. There was 3 of us. So all of a sudden, we just went like, you're gone. And they're like, it's normal. I'm like, you know, we don't like to play with people like that. Yeah, the multiple CP setup would be nice, even if it was just a PvE and PvE. Right, exactly. Even if we had 2, it would be better than, you know, just the 1. I feel 3 would be an ideal situation. Wiggly, what's up, my brother? Hope you're doing good. So I think it would be awesome, you know, if we could get it in the future. It would really come in handy. Just for, like you said, PvE and PvP, you know, it would be a great thing. Once again, we're just on normal. And this is really good because even though I don't have a tank, which is going to suck in certain aspects. Because Kina, like, at the end, Kina will kill you if you know, you can't hold. But as long as you spread out, it should be okay. I mean, like I said, normal, whatever. I'm just trying to, you know, close the margin. And people, like, always want to, like, jump to the Vet. And Vet's good if you need something. Like, especially monster sets, or that extra key, or whatever. It's really good, especially on hard mode and everything else. Okay, somebody already dropped a barrier that I could see. So, I'm going to go ahead. I want to try to stay in between that fire. Stupid blade. Keep those hots down. That's the best aspect to the Nightblade healing. Keeping the hots and using your combat for the direct. They are changing a few things. So that Nightblade heal is now going to be a direct heal at the sacrifice. I think it's a really good change. My trial leader told me my healing on my DK is a liability raid. Oh my god. Other than that, I'm pretty good. Liability to the raid, that is. Yeah, I got what you're saying. Actually, DK healer is getting a buff, like major buffs, like 2. And it's going to be huge. Actually, I've done trials on DK, so he doesn't know what he's talking about, but whatever. You'll have that. You'll have it. You know, you'll have all that shit. Like misconceptions. I don't run 2 Templars. Like, if somebody asks me to heal, it's like, no, I won't do it. And my guild on Xbox runs a Templar Nightblade combo.
Smash those rifts or be overwhelmed.
We are looking, me and my dudes are looking about getting back into Vet DSA. There's a couple of things. There's a chest back here. Ah, shit. It'd be nice if I get a lightning staff.
To arms! The Daedra are coming!
Okay. It's just simple. Never know, though. Don't need the droid. Staff would be nice. Always staff. Yeah, I saw I was on PTS having fun. Yeah, PTS is a blast. Sorry, joined late. Is there a baby? Not yet. It's going crazy, hence why I'm running a little late. She was at the doctor last night. Thursday we went. They didn't induce. And, you know, it's been crazy. I'm starting a Nightblade tank. I think Cloak, more than it's becoming a heal, could be good. Yeah, definitely. No, I think it's going to be awesome. Now remember, when you get large pulls on blade healers, you really want to take advantage of your sap essence. I was with some Xbox players last night. We were flying through some shit.
That is as majestic as it is terrible. I guess it's most.
Oh, I bet she's pissed. Oh, she's miserable. She's miserable.
That was hard fought, but there are battles ahead. Stay calm. Everything you see is just your mind trying to make sense of merging realities. Won't end well for
Looks
you,
good.
Leave the scroll. Stop this.
You underestimate. Blah blah blah.
You underestimate me, wretch. Come, face darkness and flame. How much can you endure?
She's calling for help. Attack the rifts.
All will perish here.
Okay, just want to stay in between that.
Win against my flame. Embrace my flame.
Look up for another one. Okay, one more. There we go. Always with the Nightblade, you want to redirect your heals to where it's going to go. Like right there, I'm going to hit that combat right there. Okay, I'm going to throw the barrier now. Stay out of that path. Stop. I'm trying to heal you. Switch. Come on. There we go. Somebody got right in the path. This is where tanks come in handy. We won't need him. People always wonder why I prefer a tank even in normal. It's because of the major fracture and the major breach. I mean, I'm applying the major breach. That's a certainty. But honestly, you really... Okay, we got an ad.
After her. The time
All
has
right.
come. You must face
The
her.
major fracture, not just holding aggro, but major fracture and major breach. Say if I didn't have major breach, that's going to apply more DPS. So it comes in handy. I tried leveling a Nightblade this past event. I just can't get into the class. You know, that happens, David. That definitely happens. I need to run them and get some Telvar. Yeah, sewers, like, I feel like there's a couple of things that need to happen with the districts. Like, the sewers are fine. The districts need some kind of help. I was PvPing this weekend as well, and literally I got with a couple of players who knew me, and they were like, so you broke out the blade. Some person thought I'd been on blade. I'm like, well, I'm just shaking off the rust, and it just gets disgusting after a while what I can do on a Nightblade. Hence why I don't play them anymore. I walked out with like fights between 15 to 21 friggin' kills. It's just ridiculous. Redunculous what I can do with a blade. I played blade way too long. Magic or stamina, I'm pretty good on both. They're enjoyable, smaller groups play. Exception last night, we ran into a big 80 Zerg down there. Oh, really? So you were on your DC tune then, I take it? I don't know how the campaign went on Xbox because I was so busy with like the event and trying to maximize. And I got one tune done on Xbox and one tune started. Do not. Okay, I'm gonna blow this war horn. Keep those orbs out. Keep on the side of her as much as possible. Okay, on the wall, I just want to follow the wall. Okay, I'm gonna block for the jump. Stay in between the aspects. There it is. Okay. Stay in between and block right here.
Kill them. Die. Run, mortal.
We'll throw the barrier on the last phase. Once again, stay in between the aspects. Get ready for the jump. Block. See, somebody died. Block. Barrier. We'll just throw it early. Oof. Came out.
Waited as long as I could before opening this portal.
No
This
staff.
also
Ugh!
never mind.
No staff! Junk, junk, junk. Now look, I got a CP point, right? And then when I go in the mail, it's always almost going to give you that nice bonus. Really, really like it. And just get that transmutation. I can drop group. Then I can switch. Yo, Joshua, morning! Blades are broken as fuck. A Slither doesn't need a fear. Don't worry, David. We don't need any more Nightblades. You know, Nightblades, I think they're going to do, like, given the fact that Empower isn't going to work as well. Now, I don't do that because I never wanted to depend on one aspect to you know, using my blades. I do require, you know, depend on my major brutality and my major sorcery, depending on my blades. But honestly, Empower is something like, you know, for PvP to me, I'm glad I didn't depend on it, because now with these changes, you're not going to see like some of those crazy overpowered hits that blades were doing out of stealth. You're just not going to see it. So for, you know, that's a huge, I'm going to switch tunes really quick. That's huge, right? It's like massive how that's going to affect blades. So I don't know if the changes to Empower really is, you know, to, you know, lend towards light and heavy attacks. I kind of feel in certain aspects, we'll get on the DK. I feel in certain aspects that it's to pay the cost, like say Degen. Degen to me is a great form of major sorcery in the Might of the Guild. It's cost effective, but I'm really going to be looking towards the Psijic for that force, that minor force change, right? So that for my layout is very important, but now trying to use Inner Light and justifying a 3,000, over a 3,000 cost for a one next light heavy attack, it doesn't seem viable. I really wish they would take a look at that if with the changes to Empower, and literally give it a seconds, not next. Because now it's like, okay, so my next light attack is going to deal X amount of damage. Why can't I get like 5 or 6 seconds of my next light attacks within 5 or 6 seconds deals a percentage of my damage? Because to justify a 3,000 cost for a one attack on a light doesn't really, you know, wet my whistle. It doesn't really like scream, hey, pay 3,000 magicka, hit a little bit boost on one attack. I'm like, nah. I feel like, okay, if you're going to change the Empower, make it a second duration. It's like so many seconds, not just next. Because it made sense when Empower affected your next ability, but not on light attacks. Light attacks, you're doing it every other on your weave. So it's like, okay, why, if I'm going to spend 3,000 magicka for the Inner Light to proc my Empower buff, why wouldn't I boon from a couple of seconds versus a one? It becomes kind of like, ouch. It's effective. I'm not saying it's not effective. It's very effective. But cost management wise, is it worth it? That becomes the question. It's kind of like, Okay, so I'm going to drop whatever quest I may have on here, pick up the dailies, and once again, look, I just did white gold. That's crazy. And I'm going to pick up the dailies again, and then we'll queue another random, because that's the best thing about these randoms. So when I go into Activity Finder, I can keep doing that on multiple tunes. I can keep gaining those CP points. So I always tell people, if you have multiple tunes, and you have that tank, you have that healer, utilize it. Has anybody seen Rock lately? Rock hasn't been on lately. I don't know if he's, you know, been working more or what's going on. I'm really, you know, I hope Rock stops in just to let us know he's okay. I do worry about you guys. You guys are kind of like, you know, an extension of like family to me in a lot of ways. So, Rock, if you're watching the show, I hope all is well, and I hope you at least drop in and say hi, because you know I'm a little worried about you, brother. I hope everything's okay. So, but I haven't seen Rock, and yeah, it kind of has me a little concerned. So I'm gonna check my food buff. We got 50 minutes. We're good. So I'm gonna go once again go to the activity finders. I want to do that normal. I'm set on tank. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna hit it up. We're really going to take advantage of that. There we go. See, instant queue. Boom. Bonus XP. Bonus XP. Remember, vet's nice if you need gear, but it's the same amount of XP gain, right? Between that and normal. I don't necessarily need gear. If I want to close the margin between that, like, see, they're already in here. They might be in the daily. I don't know. They're in Fang Lair. Okay, something must have really happened. That worries me. Yeah. No, seriously. Hopefully this doesn't turn out to be a bust. They've got a 159, but it's normal. So, yeah. Should be good. Trying to travel. Travel problems. Come on, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Could it go? Could it go? Looks like it might. There we go. I don't know what happened to the other DPS. It could have got exhaust. I have no idea. Cool. Quest line. Why is this person... Oh, fuck! Why? Major problems here. Didn't have a real healer, I take it. I'm ready for this event to be over already. Have enough issues with my internet. Yeah, the event, I think it ended today. So, I was watching a streamer play Fallout 4 last night, and I asked, what do you play Kingdom Come Deliverance? And he blocked me. What? Just blocked you for asking? I was pretty pissed he didn't like it just to say so. I think every game, like, each game's for, you know, depending on each player. I would sometimes like to try other games, but I'm so spread out with the games that I play that I don't have time to play anything else. My question of it is, would anybody like me to play other MMOs? Because currently I feel like, you know, like one of those content creators that are stuck. I try to go back to other ones, but they suck at the moment. A lot of MMOs out there are just outdated. Oh, okay. This isn't too bad. Just got to destroy the totems. Destroy totems. Let's see where our healer's at. Hasn't made it in yet. DK healer. Sweet. Super sweet. Nice. Awesome. Hey, Mystic, having a bit of trouble deciding what skill to put on a ward and healer with Resto and Sword and Board. Do you reckon you could recommend any? This, like, on board side, I always stick to the class-based abilities. And on Resto, I stayed in pretty much my Resto. And then when I grab my orbs, I put that on board side. ESO is all you need, right? I don't think a lot of people would let me play anyways, you know, other games. It would be like, oh, no, no, you know. I have so many MMOs at my disposal. I still have a lot of my accounts. But, you know, I don't think anybody wants me to play, like, you know, go back to World of Warcraft or go back to Rift or whatever else have you. Oh, wrong button. Now, this is my first time tanking this dungeon. I'm not gonna lie. see the ads. Get the friggin' totems! Jeez. They don't... What part of get totems don't they understand? I'm like, get the totems, man. I did say it, didn't I? I did mention it. So see, look, you get an emote, and then you just go to the totem that it indicates. So over here is the serpent. And they're trying to skip mechanics, and that's not a very good thing to do. Totems! What part of the totems don't you guys get? I'm supposed to just keep things centered and under control. Days. See, so now it's the Wamasu. Wamasu's kind of whatever. Jeez. Maybe they know what the totems are. Could be. Definitely could be the issue. Might not know. Definitely. You try to do that on Vet, see how far it gets you. Schmack! Schmack! Alright. Chain dude.
So many of the things you've broken I can easily replace.
Kill the ad that chains.
Calurian. He was a unique specimen. He'll never be the same. And what are these two without the third? Incomplete. Ancillary.
Come on.
Superfluous. Ulfnor, Sabina. Smash yourselves to dust again.
Orfna, Sabada.
Might as well enjoy it.
Gonna throw the barrier. Kill the sad. Kill the ad. What? Why am I on the? Kill the ad. Oh my gosh. It is pug life. And one of the DPS is in their 800s. Okay.
Watch as hope die.
Okay. Good. Should have held the block. Boy, that dude knocks you the hell back, doesn't he?
My chains are broken.
I don't know up until now. Then again, I've never done this dungeon. Oh. It's not too bad. Learn the mechanics pretty easy. I mean, I don't have a problem rolling with anybody. Just, you know, pay attention to mechanics and try to learn. Especially normal. I always suggest people to go to normal initially. So, once again, I want to CC everything as much as possible. And then just start the debuffs. If I see anything range, he won't pull. Alright. Last boss will be interesting.
Another barrier seal. We need to destroy that crystal so I can dispel it. The crystal! It's powering the something circuit. I'll destroy it.
Your videos were helpful. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Ruben. Thank you. I hope so, brother. I hope so.
Beyond the veil. Glory. Can you
Yeah, that's my main thing. Yo, Graham, what's up, yo? Hope you're doing well. All right. Okay, you guys will always see as a tank what I do. Go in and then CC them. That one's not pulling. All right. Let's roll this bitch. Okay, once again, I'm going to put that range taunt on. Get those shields up. Start. What are your thoughts on the upcoming nerf to funnel health? The cost increase? I don't like it from the healing perspective. DPS, I'm kind of indifferent. So DPS, I'm indifferent. Healing aspect, don't like it.
destroy it?
So I'm like, yeah.
Shield them, but keep the bodies intact.
We'll need to destroy this crystal before I can dispel the barrier seal. This
Fine, bumped into you on Cyrodiil taking a mine off Friday. Oh, did you? Yeah, I was in Friday in Cyrodiil. My friends talked me into going in, and I didn't want to play in Cyrodiil. I was doing Battlegrounds. And I actually have not been wanting to do Cyrodiil lately because EP's just been really bad. And I play hardcore, just EP on PS4. And it was just bad. I mean, like, I wasn't in there for like 2 weeks, and it was like 11K deficit. And I'm like, this is pointless, man. I'm like, I don't even want to be here, but, you know, whatever. So, bumped into a couple known players and whatever. It's always great, you know. Okay. Now, as a tank, I'm just going to kind of keep redirecting and hopefully grab up some ads. Once again, I'm on range. I'm going to turn him. Keep just repositioning. Watch for the emotes. Shit, all poison. I should have kited out. That's my bad. Like I said, first time tanking in this dungeon as a tank, but I already know what got me. Yep. The blight. All that pool of junk. Should have kited around. DPS this. I've healed this. First time tanking it. Yo, man. And they can't get me because of that crap. Now they can. Might be a reset. Yep. Everybody's gonna whatever. That's my fault. I hope they saved your ass. Yeah, did you? Thanks, man. I hope they increased the damage. Otherwise, why would Nightblade use funnel health over force ball? Yeah, for DPS, you know, DPS, yeah, it's kind of like questionable. Healer is where it hurts me the worst. It hurts me the most. Dude's trying. Look at him. He's self-sustaining. He's like, I got this. No, you don't, dude. Too much. Okay, so I'm going to try to kite him around a little bit more. Like I said, first time tanking it. I don't watch people's videos. I've done this on as whatever, so learning curve for me at the moment as a tank. Okay, there's the blights. On block. Should have blocked. Luckily I had shield up.
They have to be destroyed.
Get the circles. Watching that blight.
Help me shatter these crystals and disrupt his summoning.
Get out of that.
Are potent. Help me break them.
Shit. There's a giant pool of crap. And I am colorblind if anyone wants to know, so I have to look for the little fumes. So green's not my strong suit of a color. And I haven't changed it on this. I should have. Block.
Help me shatter these crystals and disrupt his summoning.
Okay, there should be a wall. Right there. I want to get to this wall. Someone get. Don't let the healer res. I can't res. Res him. Oh shit. I'm dead. No. Res! Oh my god. Dude, you better start rezzing people. Where's the wall? Where's the wall?
I won't fall to the likes of you.
I'm gonna get the dude. Get him, get him, get him, yup. Shield.
Hear the echoes of those who died here? It's deafening. It's kind of fun, the way they talk.
That healer did a badass job.
You don't appreciate my word. Watch them dance like waves against me. So, merely pulling the strings will not be enough. Then allow there to be more effects. This is a vessel befitting my observe the decay of life.
Okay. Want to get in a circle. Trying to stay out of that pool. Okay, circle.
I can shield you. Hurry.
No, don't stack. Blocked. Over here.
Don't let its corruption touch you.
Pull him out of the poison. Block. Barrier. Normal, but we'll get it. I fucked up on the first one. Restoration staff. Interesting. It's an interesting drop. It's a very interesting drop.
Oh, I have a few tricks up my sleeve.
Alright. Now, see, we get another CP point, even though we had that double XP still. It's hard dungeon, but it's one of my favorites. I think it's Blessed Crucible are my two favorite. I love, what colors can you see? I can see any color. Okay, so I'm colorblind shades. So red and green, I'm colorblind in. colorblind. So I don't see shades. I only see like 3 shades of red and green. And like between colors, I don't see. So literally, it's hard for me. Like I can see any blues, yellows, oranges, and like, you know, because, you know, red and green are, you know, just colors I have problems seeing. So it's shades of. So when I usually go into the game settings, since they've done that, I've been MMOing for a long time, so I'm used to seeing something like the Steam or something. I can still see a little bit of the green, but like when I'm in Vet Maelstrom, I do okay up until the troll board, and then those flowers, because everything's kind of green in there, it kind of gives me a problem because the indication, I have to switch the lighting on that. So it's like, you know, green is like whatever. So if I go outside and I see like a difference between an oak and a maple, I can't see if there's a color difference between the 2 leaves. I can't see it. Autumn, I love autumn because I can see those orange and yellows. So it's kind of cool that I can see those colors really good. You know, probably why it's one of my favorites. Okay, so as you guys could see how that works, you know, all I'm doing is literally queuing up those randoms, right? I can queue those randoms up. I can kind of take advantage of that bonus XP, and then I gain, right? So I could do that on every toon. Like, just go with the normals. Get that 100K. You know, it makes it manageable just to do that. And tanks, faster queue. Healer, faster queue. So I always suggest to people, if you're trying to close the margin between your CP and you're trying to gain, now you can also farm, you know, do it the old-fashioned way. I know some people still go to Skyreach. Some people still go and do whatever for CP. But I always tell people, your random, giving that 100K, 107, it's the same thing. So, and once again, I could come down here. All I have to do, switch on another toon. And I can capitalize on the next one. So I can go on, you know, another toon. That's why I always start off with tanks and healers. And then I'll switch. So I'll pick up a race, depending on what class I'm going to play. And then all of a sudden I just switch him later on if he's going to be a DPS. So it becomes flexible. So if I wanted, let's say, a Stamsork, and I wanted a Red Guard, I'd make him a Red Guard, but I make him a tank. Nice mount. How'd you get it? Which one? Oh, that one? It's an Apex mount from last year's spring. So it was last year's spring mount. Apex mount. The camel. Yeah, it was last year's Apex. One of the Apex mounts from last season. Now, if you guys see, then when I go in to the activity finder again, and I go to dungeon, I can go to random, and boom, right there. All of a sudden, another 100K towards my CP. So it's easy. It's like a good pickup. You still got a watermark on you, Mystic? I do. I did last night. I haven't. It's under maintenance. And there's a lot of content creators that don't have watermarks. I was thinking about getting a hold of them over there and being like, why do content creators who have less subs than me and less views than me don't have watermarks and I do still? I don't get that. Like, I'm like, why do I still have a watermark? That becomes, that's like, why am I still burdened with the watermark when there are content creators who don't have it? So I'm about to email them. I don't know if it's a request thing or something. I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of annoying. But right here, so I have the normal and the vet, and it yields the same amount. So I always pick up the normal if I'm trying to get CP. If I'm not needing an extra key or extra gear, especially when you're enlightened. So when you're enlightened, you can take, you know, a really good approach for that and just say, oh, hey, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go as a tank. I'm enlightened. I'm going to get that nice random and I'm going to go normal. But I always pick up the dailies because I can usually bust out 2 for 1s. So that's what's really nice about that. You know, you can take advantage of those type of things. I think that is the daily, if I want to make sure. Actually, it is, but I'll pick them up anyways. But yeah, and then that's how you do it. But like, I only got 20 spots on this toon, but But like I said, I'll go through my tanks, I'll go through my healers, and I'll just keep gaining CP that way. And I do the same thing like on any platform. But like PlayStation, I don't need any XP. Like I'm well over. I could take a year off PlayStation and I'd still be good. Minus, you know, the new gear updates, but yeah, once again, all I do, I always check my food buff, and then I just pick up the dailies, just in case, and then go random. And you'll gain a lot of XP. A slew of it. And then all of a sudden, all I have to do is just go to Activity Finder, Dungeon, Random, Random Normal. And then boof. And then Q. Tank and healers, almost instant Q. Tanks will always get a Q. Like, I know a lot of players don't like to play tanks, but I love playing tanks because it's kind of one of the things I start. Now, see, once again, no daily, but, you know, I don't get it as well because there are some bum content creators in Somerset. Yeah, you know, there's a lot I'm going to cover, and I've gotten to check out and test. I really like the changes with DK. Every change on the DK looks solid. I know a lot of people aren't happy about the Warden, losing the stun. I know a lot of how people feel about that. But at the same time, it's like they're getting major breach. And I think it was kind of a way to nerf initially nerf not Mag Warden, but Stam Warden. Why are you so slow to make an Orc Stam Warden, and you will be impossible? I have a Warden on Xbox, but it's a Nord. I play on PS4. Are you active on PS4? It's my main platform, Ruben. That's what I always play on. So I am a very active player on PS4. I'm on PC today. So that's why I'm not capped. Like I'm at 987 on PS4 or something. I'm only 689 here. After this, I will be 690. So on Sword tanks, I want to get that nice CC stun effect. Bump that. Reapply. Get those buffs up. The chains are going to be nice. That will be implemented in my build, especially when Ages gets changed. Really looking forward to that because it's going to free up a spot and allow me to use chains. So I'll still keep the CC effects. I don't know where my party members are. Okay, I'm going to do the exchange now. The broker is my shit. Never need a shard with this build. Ever. Let's go, let's go, let's go. It's just a normal. People still might be leveling. 163 of 44. I love this game because we still get new players. And that's one thing I really love about it. We got a 6-something. Yes, I mean, Warden is not very good at DPS in my opinion. It is once you get through the clunkiness of it. It's clunky. The one thing we were talking about, though, between the spams, is where the Warden kind of lies the problem. Because the birds animation really slows that part of the DPS. So it's like, you know, if we could cut down some of the animation, me and my friends were saying that would be probably the best ideal situation. Okay. My Warden is on point for DPS. Yeah, my Warden has no problem with DPS. It's clunky. My Stam Warden's badass, actually. My Stam Warden rotation, flawless. Flawless. It's not a problem I hate. Come on. Sorc tanks look so badass on PTS right now, too. Ah! I love the changes. A lot of the changes I really do like. The light attack stuff, though, I don't know if they're going to, like, maintain all that. I actually got to level 50 with my Warden, but for me, it was hard to DPS. Healing was actually fun. Yeah, I love the healer on Warden. Oh, don't get me started with the it's the animations, man. A lot of animation. Like, I feel like the Cliff Racers needs some just slight animation adjustments, because that's some of the problem with you know, using those as your spammables. The DPS looks good on it. Problem of it is how you set it up throughout the rotation. It's clunky. I can't wait for these changes to the friggin' bow. Because right there, I'd be able to pull that. Most people don't like the timing on its abilities, but once you get them down, yeah. Yeah, once you get them down, it's different. Like, if you're trying to play the Warden the same way you play anything else, you're going to struggle. You'll struggle really bad. Your DPS will look like shit every day. Guaranteed. Picking up the goods. Are you party? Don't jump out of the dungeon at the end so quick. I missed a skill point when the team jumped out. Oh, got you. Yeah, that's a good point. Try to stay in, especially if you're doing normals. Stam Warden beats Mag Warden. On certain aspects, yeah. Like, but my bear hits harder on my Mag if I use the bear. Problem of it is I can't use the bear in every scenario because it dies. And I wish they would make a shielding system that would apply, or, you know, something that would give the bear a little bit more durability. Okay, I'm going to taunt this dude, and I'm going to bring him to the back. I'm going to put him right here. Wait for him to run. Okay, now I'm going to shield. Exchange. Debuff. Exchange. 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 Block. Weave up heavy. Fly. Run. And mine is a wood elf and can kill shield stackers. Oh my god, like the light attacks. Okay guys, crazy shit. Okay, so like light attacks, a new light attack can drop a Sorc shield. Like, holy shit. Like a light attack. I mean, at first you're thinking, you know, abilities, shield stackers now with light attack combos. Fuck. And I don't know if that's to address the issue, if that was intended. I have no idea if that was intended. Like, before it was just an afterthought. But now, oh my god. I'm like, dude, we're breaking fucking shields with light attacks. So it's going to be scary if you're a Sorc. If you're a shield stacker with these new light attacks, it's friggin' scary. It's like, what am I Sorc going to do? I have used Sub Assault, Blood Craze, Selene, and things dead. Right. Oh my god, dude, right. I like Blood Craze too for the for Stamden. Yeah, Blood Craze for the sustain is really good too. But like, dude, light attacks shit now is just, it's ridiculous. It's like crazy. I'm like, if this stays, Sorks are gonna get fucked, like ripped. They'll be trying to do some shit and think to themselves, what the fuck, man? Like, I've always used that shit. I'm telling you guys, man, light attacks are no joke now. Like, you can light attack, break it, and then throw the ability down, right? In PvP. Now, the way it's looking, it's like crazy. It's so crazy. So Sorks, Mag Sorks, be warned. Any shield stacker, be warned. Light attacks can cause... Now, also with my Bone Shield, right? So my Bone Shield only affects melee damage, right? So now a bow person can literally drop my shield, so its effect is nullified before I even get a chance, before he gets a chance to get damaged by its effect. So the counterplay has been addressed throughout the light attacks. So now timing, right? The timing issue is basically like, you know, you want to go ahead and hit the light attack to drop the shield stacks. So if you hit 2 good light attacks, get them either to re-spam or something. It's crazy. No way, I had to block cancel up. That one I can't block. That one I can. That one I can't. That one I can. Got me though. Should have exchanged. Oblivion's what the flip? Alright, got some stuff. I need to scrap some shit. Learn that really quick. Destroy. They're getting the thing anyways. Alright. I always go for the pet first. On Warden? Oh my god, dude. Like, that thing gets... You can use that thing as a loss. I do that. Like, I'll move around my bear if he stays close enough. If he doesn't go stupid. But sometimes that bear will go dumb. I hope they eventually change the other morph to this ability, you know. I'd like them to see them do a little bit more with Shattering Prison, just from the tank's perspective. It would be nice if it had a debuff like associated with it or something, besides just the root for PvE. Like, keep the one for like the way it is, and then the other one, you know, do something a little bit more for the tank. Now, you'll notice how my kite goes. I'll, like, kite him, like, left to right, keeping everything still in front of me, but trying to keep the DPS off to the side so it doesn't, like, whatever. It's like old school just kiting. Shouldn't have picked up all that. You know Nightblades are getting a burst heal in Somerset. Yeah. Well, it's the Malevolent Offering, Ruben, is going to get changed. So instead of a hot, it's going to be a burst. And instead of taking the health directly from you, the 4,000, it's going to spread. So you can still lay down your hots, mitigate some of that loss at the expense. Because you're not going to be able to, like, completely, like, like use it like more than like twice without like it really costing you. But being that it's hot, it really does come in handy. I checked that out too. It was really nice. It will cost 10% health and will be a dot on you. Yeah, it's really nice actually. It's really good, you know, and it fits the theme of the Nightblade. It really does. And plus, remember, you get that minor mending if you take that other morph. So it's really nice. I really like it. How I'll reconfigure my builds with it becomes a good question though. Because like I love my sap essence, you know, there's so many things I like. Keeping utilities up. In trials, it won't be so bad to make the choices. But in everything else, it's kind of like, okay, well, how am I going to, you know, they're giving more options. Hate when that falls off. What are these things doing? And I can't wait for chain pulls. I need to unlock that on some tunes. Oh my god, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to ESO Daily. Thank you, thank you, thank you. There are a lot of things for PvP. Like, I've always said shield stacking's got to be addressed. I didn't know it was going to be like that. Like some of this stuff. I wonder how many people it will affect. Yes, does it fit the night? Yes, it does fit the Nightblade. I hope they make more skills like that. It does. It completely fits the Nightblade's, like, system of healing. I do also like the change for the tank. But I would really like to see the tanks, because the Nightblade tank doesn't operate like any other tank. It uses a lot more dodge system. So I would like to see like a minor and a major effect be in place. But we'll see. Only future can tell. I don't need Rattle Cage, so I'm not worried about destroying anything. Be nice for breakdown material, but Sorc tanks look really good. Like, Sorc tanks look so good right now on PTS. Sorc tanks look badass with these changes. Like, all the changes they've implemented is really not affecting anything, I think, in a negative aspect, except just the stun for the Wardens. But given the fact that you're going to get minor breaching, you get indirect increase to your damage against players, I feel like it's kind of like acceptable. Now, once again, when I'm exchanging, I want to shield up. Whoa. Reinforced. Don't really, but whatever. Let's get rid of these empty ones. And let's get rid of that. Only got one more boss left anyways. We're here for the bonus XP. Look at that. 690. 690! Sorc tank smell everything. Sorc tank, I'm telling you, Ruben. Guys, Sorc tank looks so good. Looks so good with these changes. With the crossbow pull, the age changes, everything that looks at the block, the way the block system's been, the Sork tank looks so good. Looks so good. I like the changes to the Nightblade tank. I feel like Nightblade tank just needs maybe a tidbit more TLC, but overall, it still fits with the Nightblade system for tanking, and I feel like it's getting there. Like some people, you can still run a Nightblade tank in trials, so it's not limiting anything. It's just, you know, how the mitigation works and how your system works out. So it's improvement for sure either way, but I feel like there's going to be still maybe a couple minor adjustments on Nightblade tank, where Sork tank, Templar tanks need nerfed. For God's sakes, I feel like Templar tanks don't need any buffs anytime soon. Friggin' Templar tanks. Oh my God, Templar tanks. Now they have the nice chain pull, which is a boost for its tanking capabilities. But Templar tanks are just ridiculously awesome. They get the minor vitality. They get, you know, those nice resource capabilities. They have a ton of mitigation. Oh my God, the Templar tank. It's just, a lot of people just want to brag about the DK, and I'm like, in my opinion, I still think the friggin' Templar is just completely underrated. I'm like, that tank is just beast as is. It's a beast freak. We're good.
Never have come here.
Done. Don't need any of that.
He's gone. He's gone.
And look, another CP point. You close those margins. We got two. Got dose.
Destruction did not allow us to
Get those randoms in, especially when you're enlightened, guys. Especially when you're enlightened. Get those randoms. Don't necessarily need to do it on vet. You don't. Do the normals. Get in. Get out. Get it. I'm not a fan of Templars, to be honest with you. Yeah, everybody has their play style. I played Templar Healer. It was boring. Yeah, Templar Healer was the last one I made. I still play it. I do play my Templar Healer, but I don't play it as often as my other healers. Like, I'll play the Sork Healer a lot more than the Templar Healer, to be honest with you. But I have it. And then, but Templar Tank, I love playing my Templar Tank. Love it. Work underway. I like my Templar. Work underway. Yeah. Dude, I'm telling you, Templar. I want to try to get more into Stamplar PvP eventually. So me and my dude was talking last night about a couple different upcoming build configs with some of the changes that we would know of already. So it's going to be interesting to see, like, me try to get more accustomed to Stamplar play. So I'm really going to be looking forward to that. Like Stam Sork, it's hit and miss in a lot of ways. You know, I wish Stam Sork would get a class-based ability like every other class for potential, you know, other than Hurricane. So I feel like the Stam Sork needs maybe one ability to, you know, lend itself more flexibility other than just weapon abilities. It's just, it doesn't have like something that really grasps, especially for PvP. PvP, it's really hard when you're just grabbing on to weapon abilities. It's a struggle for limitation. Are you going to do a vid for the do's and don'ts for Warden Healer. Yeah, I'll be getting on that hopefully by the end of the week. I'm hoping to get on PTS either tomorrow or the next day. And I'm going to be sending Zoss probably an email today asking them, hey, why do other content creators not have watermarks? And I do. So hopefully I find out what's going on with that, because I want to also address CP. How much this CP you're going to need from a stamina's position with these upcoming changes, how you're going to configure your future builds around this and get that proper number to maximize your DPS performance depending on your configuration. So that's what I'm hoping to do probably in the next day or two. I will be hopefully, if I'm not doing that tomorrow, I'll be addressing the Warden do's and don'ts. And then, you know, hopefully find out what's going on. We'll cover a lot more upcoming in the next, either not this week, but next week with what's going on PTS. Also, what traits are going to be very important for you to research from the get with Somerset. Because a lot of people are going to be asking, you know, it's all about research, but which traits should I be focused on first? Which, you know, how's that going to apply? How am I going to, because it's going to be time consuming. We're looking at months unlocking traits. So which ones are going to be important for you at first time? I will be going over that also either by the end of this week or early next week. And I'm really looking forward to that. One of the crystal frags should go to Stam base. I agree with that. I feel like the one frag should be could get the insta cast on the mag. The other one should be a Stam frag, like the same aspect, but for stamina. Like I feel like that would be, or either that or give it a 0.5 second cast or something. Like, you know, I agree with that. I totally agree with that. I actually think they should make a skill scale and use your highest resource pool. Well, it sort of kind of does that right now in a way, but the way spell damage, okay, so depending on your trait for, like, let's say Nirnhone. Nirnhone is like 15% if it's gold towards your maximum spell damage or weapon damage. So it's a scaling system on your max weapon or spell damage. So the more you have, the more your abilities and your attacks and your weaving deal. But same thing with the magicka and the stamina. The higher pool your pool is in that aspect, your skills will scale. So it's, people will take a look at it and say, okay, well, my weapon damage is really shitty. Well, that's acceptable if you have a high amount of stamina pool, right? Because the scaling system is, if it's a percentage base like Nirnhone, it's one thing. But then when you don't, if you're not running, if you're running a low amount, right, then your scaling goes against you. So that's why it's like, okay, where's my scaling at? What am I trying to scale? Am I trying to scale max? Or am I magicka? Or am I trying to scale weapon damage? Or am I correlating the two between? So that becomes the science of the situation, of what you're trying to accomplish with the build and how you maximize DPS. And once again, with these trait changes, there's a lot to take a look at, guys. It's not just one directional, because some people might say, well, I want to go infused with this. Not necessarily. Because a lot of people are kind of missing the ball a little bit because they don't understand the scaling. And it goes back to that. It goes all back to the scaling system. So I will be covering a lot of that when I get these. And I know people say, oh, you can do it even with the watermarks. I want the watermarks gone. It's just that simple. When the watermarks are gone, I will be covering a lot of things. Especially, like I said, CP, traits, and how the scaling system is going to work. Yeah, but not all skills have a stamina or magicka morph. Right. And that's exactly why I would love to do hybrid builds, right? But the way the scaling system goes against the stack makes it almost impossible to come out with viable builds for whatever. Especially CP. But how you allocate CP points is also effective towards what? Ultimate and skills. So once again, the CP system a lot of times are adjusted into your character sheet, but you know, when you allocate towards your penetration into your CP, that's not reflected, right? So it's not reflected tooltip and it's not reflected character sheet, which I honestly think they should put a CP, how much penetration you have on your character sheet. That would make a lot more sense for players getting into the game. How much pen does my character have? That would be awesome if they would implement that in the future. Just say, okay, well, you know, between my CP, between my gear, between my Mundus, between my trait, I have this much CP. And I know this much CP is needed. Or penetration. This is how much penetration I have. This is how much is needed. So I really hope they take a look at putting penetration values on character sheets. Would be a blessing in disguise. So anyways, guys, I've got to cut this stream. I want to thank everybody for watching today. And once again, I'll be back on hopefully tomorrow. If I'm not on tomorrow, it's because my daughter's in the hospital. So just heads up, if I'm not on tomorrow, it's because my grandbaby's being born. Could be called any minute. Just a heads up. And I do apologize in advance. But once again, I'm Mr. Craven, this CSO Daily. Thank you for watching. And as always, have a nice day.